Phase 1, the dream. In this phase, you're a young, aspiring race car driver. The desire to own one of the so-called supercars was so intense, you swore to anyone who'd care to listen that you'd be rocking one of these elites by the time you graduated high school. Every so often when you're not getting battered on Warzone or some other first-person shooter, you play GTA 5, daydreaming, and building your oh-so-sweet ride. You tell yourself,
ooh, yeah, that's the one.
Only for reality to set in during your later years as you work a fast food job and move on to Phase 2, purchasing the fart box. After working at McDonald's for all but 2 weeks, you get your very first paycheck. You flash your money on Instagram with a tagline that reads, "Dream big so you make it big," with hashtags like hustler and daily grind. Afterwards, you dive into the cesspool known as Liz Craig's and begin your search for that red Ferrari. 2 clicks in, you quickly realize that Ferraris are just a little bit out of your budget, so you select the next best thing, a Lamborghini killer in the form of an early 7th gen Honda Civic. $1,000 later, and a bit of convincing from either your mom or pops, you got yourself the quintessential fart box, known to many as the king of ricers. Phase 3, scouring eBay for parts. After dropping your entire fat paycheck into your precious baby, it was now time to hit the grind once more. Remember, you're not done yet. Your prophecy has to be fulfilled. 2 more weeks pass, you get your second paycheck, you post another obligatory photo of your stacks, and afterwards, proceed to eBay to buy yourself these 4 things. 1. Stickers, the variety pack. In the mid-2010s, legend says that each sticker will garner you plus 5 horsepower. The more lewd, the better. As boomer energy is siphoned through the air from their anguished cries, you gain massive horsepower with each passing second. I think this is what they called VTEC. The second piece of equipment you would have to get would have to be the Chinese turbo kit, followed by 3, a Chinese ECU flash kit, and lastly 4, the affectionately named fart cannon exhaust system. You add a cart, pay for free shipping, and wait a month for your parts to slowly trickle in. Enter Phase 4, the build phase. At last, all your parts arrived. You chalk out an entire weekend to get this party started. First things first, you pull out your parents' old toolbox, a pair of garden gloves, and your McDonald's non-slip shoes, because, you know, it's about to get messy. As you peel away the first degenerate sticker from its film, reality sets in once more. You haven't the slightest clue how to install a turbo kit, but that's okay. Who said it all had to be done this weekend anyway? After a long day's work of installing all 69 stickers onto your Civic, you shut the lights off and kick back. The coming days would pass. You keep telling yourself you'll get to that turbo kit eventually. Weeks pass now, then months. And then finally, on one sweaty summer day, when it's the least convenient to install car parts, for some godforsaken reason, you decided that now, of all times, would be the perfect time to work on your car. You crack open your busted iPhone 5 to some low-quality YouTube video and begin your first days wrenching away. After 6 rolls of duct tape, a bottle of that red Loctite, and what seemed like an eternity, you're finally done. You start up your car for the very first time with the new parts. It somehow runs. God bless Honda. On to Phase 5, the VTEC Obsession. You prowl the mean streets of hillbilly Townsville. Rain or snow, you're out at night with one sole purpose: to race anything with wheels. At one stoplight, you line up with a 10th gen Honda Civic Type R. You roll down your windows, give them the thumbs up, only to be ignored. But you give the Type R guy the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was intimidated by your built Civic. After all, his was clearly bought. That's okay though. The light turns green and you take off. In your mind, you know VTEC will eventually kick in any moment now, and your baby will eventually rev to 4, 5, 6,000 plus RPM. Yet thrown back into your seat, convincing yourself that you just built yourself a pink slip snatcher. Meanwhile, the Type R driver is nowhere to be seen in the rearview mirror. Must have gotten left in the dust, you tell yourself, and totally not in front of you, miles away. After racing another minivan and U-Haul, it's now time for the big leagues. You're going to show up to your first car meet and challenge your very first supercar, a McLaren 765 LT. Phase 6, the denial phase. After taking a left turn onto the highway, you start roll racing that McLaren. The funny thing is, it kind of looks like it's not even trying. Meanwhile, you're banging gears on your Prindle gearbox with that 1-2-3. Eventually, he pulls off to the next exit. You must have scared him off. Suddenly, a wild Subaru WRX STI appears. He's rocking a 2004 model year with the ugliest sounding exhaust system in the world. He honks, signaling a race. You accept the challenge, thinking it had to be a joke. After all, you put a whopping $2,000 into this build. Surely you had the upper hand. 10 seconds later, you're left in the dust. Huh, VTEC must have not kicked in. That's okay though. An NA Miata without its hood lines up with you. You're thinking, now surely you got this guy. Although it's weird, it sounds an awful lot like a V8. Whatever, you had VTEC. 3 hunks and you're both off. Only, you're not able to catch him. Weird. Bad night maybe. As you go home, head held low, you start wondering, where did life go wrong? Moving on to the final phase. 7. The maturity phase. At this point, you're a year wiser, you start actually researching the pros and cons of Civics and learning which generation was the best, what mods are worth your money, and start actually learning how to put together each component of your car. Nah, I'm just kidding. This phase actually never happens to first-time Civic owners, y'all just end up jumping ship to the fair ladies. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this satirical take on the Honda Civic Boii racers. Be sure to share this video with someone that even slightly does one of these aforementioned things and let me know what phase did I miss. I had fun making this video and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.